All over in Tokyo, Team USA getting a little bit closer to that gold medal. Moving closer by downing Australia 97-78 there. Wasn't that easy, though. They did survive a scare where they had to come back 15 points down. That second quarter was crucial to them. Went on a 20-0 run. Kevin Durant putting up 23, scored 10 during that run there. The rest of the way to the third and fourth, it was all Team USA. So we get a little bit closer there. By the way, back to that run, I mentioned they were just 2 for 14 early on, and then they had a 31-6 run to that point. And so things kind of got interesting. Guys outside of KD, Devin Booker started hitting shots. Jason Tatum started hitting shots. Similar to what we've seen throughout these games, slow start, but finding a way to kick it into gear, and then also ending up with the W in the end. That's bringing our Avery Johnson, who just needed to talk to us this morning here at HQ about, of course, Team USA moving a little bit closer. Your reaction there, once again, Kevin Durant, the story, and they're also getting it done here.
Yeah, Kevin Durant is the story, Brandon, but also the story within the story is Devin Booker has awakened from his hangover and lost in the NBA Finals. You know, he was 7 for 10 from the field, a couple of three-pointers. I had 10 points in that third quarter, which led to a 20-0 run for our USA team going back to the end of the first half. So Devin Booker, mid-range game, you know, shooting the ball well. Drew Holiday, who beat him in the NBA Finals, was intentionally looking for him, especially when the defense started trying to clamp down and double team Kevin Durant. So I think one of the biggest stories coming out of the game is Devin Booker's exploits. And also, Brandon, what you alluded to earlier, guys like Zach LaVine, Middleton coming off the bench, providing that scoring punch. Tatum, they had one guy with double figures, 2 guys almost with double figures with 9 points each. So just the help that Kevin Durant's getting to support him is really thrusting our USA team to look like we're going to be the favorites to win the gold medal.
Coach, I feel like after every game, we always say they're getting a little bit closer to being that team that we thought they could be coming in as the favorite. Do you feel a little bit more comfortable now heading into the gold medal matchup there?
Yeah, and I just think, you know, even in Las Vegas in some of those exhibition games, the losses, the soul searching, they were waiting on Middleton, Holiday, and Booker. So they had some different lineups. You know, LaVine was in the lineup, and now he's coming off the bench. So I just think they've been able to find that chemistry. You spend time a lot together away from the court, watching film, getting to know one another. You know, this team was basically patched together. It's not a team that's been playing together like for 4 years like some of the other teams. So I really like the defense, the communication on both offense and defense. So our team has really come together, and that's why I can't wait to watch this gold medal game.
Coach, it seems like always that they've always had to come back from something, never so much blowing them players out or teams out. Kevin Durant even mentioned after their second game, said, look, we're not going to blow guys out. That's not going to happen, and that's been the case up to this point. If you're looking at them trying to bounce back from a certain deficit, 10 or 15 or whatever it may be, similar to what we saw last night, how do you kind of fix that now knowing you just got one game to get it done?
Well, I think it's just the defense and the attention to detail to start the game, especially early in the first quarter. We just have too many defensive breakdowns. Guys get free for three-point shots. We get broken down off the dribble. And we got to make sure that we always rebound the ball. Now, we dominated Australia on the boards, which is a good sign for us because we're an undersized team. But I just think paying attention to detail, especially with the pick and roll coverage, because we know this is a pick and roll world now, whether it's in the Olympics, the NBA, or international ball, everybody's playing pick and roll. So we just got to make sure that we're all on the string defensively, communicate well, and then on top of it, take quality, high percentage shots early in the game and not as many contested shots.
You mentioned defense. That's what's been the key for France so far. They actually just beat Slovenia this morning, so no Luka in the gold medal. A little disappointed, but when you look at France, they did beat the U.S. in the opening game there. When you look at this matchup, how can it pan out between the two?
Well, again, I think it's kind of, you know, the revenge game. It's, we got to look at France. We had an opportunity to see, Fournier and obviously Gobert, those guys. We know them very well. So now we can make an adjustment. We have real live video where we could go back and study that game, see what we need to improve on, look at what's been working for us. We got a different starting lineup than we had against France the first time. So I think we couldn't be in a better place, especially now that we can evaluate that game against France, look at some of their more recent games. Oh, I'm fired up about this rematch. And all I can say is go USA.
Greg Popovich, a good friend of yours, has a chance to make it 4 straight gold medals. What's the one takeaway you're looking for in this matchup, real quick?
Well, the one thing just take away when you mention Greg Popovich should have made that 1972 USA Olympic team. Doug Collins, the 08 legend of the Olympics in the NBA, has talked about it. So I'm really looking forward to Coach Popovich breaking through, winning this gold medal as our national team coach. And what a thrill it would be for all of us that have spent, in my case, 10 years working with him when I played for him, and then all of the Spurs fans and all of our Americans all around the world that love USA basketball.
It will be the 4th straight and 7th all-time if we're going back to the Dream Team who did it back in '92, if they get the job done against France there in the championship game. As always, Avery Johnson, Mr. Pick and Roll, check it in. Appreciate your time.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.